And welcome to SCO BRICS Insight, where we talk about what's really going on in the world of the BRICS. Now today I want to talk about the EU, the cold weather and the lack of wind. Now the European continent is currently experiencing a significant challenge due to the impact of the Arctic cold weather pattern that's led to widespread energy concerns. Gas reserves, which were fully utilised at the start of the winter, are now being more than used to half-empty levels, and that's a critical situation. This has resulted in a surge in gas prices, which have reached 2-year highs. The situation is of great concern as the region's industry and economy continue to face protracted declines. The depletion of the gas reserves poses a substantial threat to the EU. The European Commission has ensured that the EU's underground storage facilities, the UDS, in the largest countries were 95% full, and that was supposed to be a sufficient level for the start of the winter season. However, by mid-November, gas withdrawals from these facilities was almost 20 times higher than the level of injection, and that was due to the cold weather snap. Since then, the reserves have been rapidly depleting, and by the end of January, according to S&P Global, a reported decrease of 58.8% of the storage capacity. Now, by mid-February, Gas Infrastructure Europe reported a further decline down to 47%, and that's the lowest seasonal level since 2022. On the 11th of February, gas withdrawals from the underground storage facilities in the EU countries amounted to 735 million cubic metres, while injection decreased to 21 million cubic metres. Now before I continue, I'd like to make an appeal. If you like and enjoy my videos, you can help me fund the channel and my website scobricsinsight.com to further develop it. Now you can do this by making a small donation, which is done by clicking on the thanks button at the bottom of the video screen. Everybody who does donate gets a personal thank you from me, and I'm thanking you all actually for watching, because every view is important to me. So it looks like the wind turbines have failed to deliver the expected energy levels. Analysts have identified the combination of the cold weather and the issues with the lack of wind power generation as the primary causes for the current problems they have with energy. These factors have led to a significant increase in the demand for gas in the energy sector. During the winter, Europe's average daily gas consumption typically increases by approximately twice compared to the summer, primarily due to the increased demand for heating. It was pretty understandable. Now, the gas stored in underground facilities accounts for around 30% of the daily consumption on average. However, should temperatures drop, as they have been doing, significantly below the seasonal average, or there's a period of windless weather, which reduces the wind generation level, the share of underground gas storage facilities in covering the daily gas consumption in the region can increase to above the 50% level. And that's precisely the situation we're currently witnessing, according to Michael Schulgen, who's an analyst at the investment analytic company Rosgestrat Life Insurance. Now, during the rest of the winter, Europe's likely to experience increased demand for gas for heating and power generation, driven by the cold weather, which is called the Dunkelflaute phenomenon, where solar panels and wind turbines cannot provide sufficient energy. Well, they never have they? In such scenarios, gas becomes the primary source of energy, as highlighted by Alexei Ravinsky of the Zaputs group. The supply deficit has also had an impact, firstly because of the termination of Russian gas transit through the Ukraine deprived the EU of access to around 5% of its blue fuel imports. Now this has made the European Union more vulnerable and dependent on LNG from the United States. In fact, 86% of January's US LNG exports were sent to Europe. Now this increased reliance carries significant costs for the EU, including high logistics expenses, potential risks from sudden accidents at LNG facilities in the US, and the prospect of US import duties on European goods, as outlined in the statements by Donald Trump. There's also competition from countries in Asia, where buyers are willing to pay more as a premium for prices when cold weather hits, so that deprives Europe. Consequently, LNG supplies to Europe have experienced a slowdown, while the EU's reliance on US gas reserves has increased. Now, this has led to a similar increase in prices, causing apprehension within the market, and it's reflected in the prices on the exchanges. The prices there are going up. I mean, on February the 12th, the spot price for gas on the Dutch transfer title facility hub surged to a two-year high of $622 per thousand cubic meters. Now, analysts anticipate further growth in price quotes, with traders already negotiating gas deliveries for the summer at much higher prices. Now, should this deficit persist, Ravinsky anticipates that prices are going to hit $700 to $800 per thousand cubic meters. I mean, until 2021, it was pretty relatively stable in the gas market, and the average price rarely exceeded $250 to $300 per cubic meters. I mean, the current level of $600 marks a return to the price peaks of 2022, according to Nadia Kaputskina, who's the head of economic risk and security at the Russian Financial University. In light of this, she says, Europe's currently exploring the prospect of implementing a gas price cap in the summer months, a strategy that would be crucial in addressing the need to replenish the depleted storage facilities. Now, this approach echoes the strategy option in 2022, when prices actually went beyond $3,000 per thousand cubic meters, leading to the establishment of a ceiling at approximately $2,000 per cubic meters, which is equivalent to 180 euros per megawatt hour. That said, economists have observed that such measures have not always yielded the desired outcomes, typical of the new measure, isn't it? I mean, the imposition of a price ceiling is widely regarded as an indicator of an unhealthy market, and therefore potential imposition of restrictions on gas prices in the EU is likely to be a low effective initiative. Now, in the context of the imbalance in world trade towards increased demand, artificially lowering the price will only lead to further aggravation of the energy crisis in the region, according to Pavel Marshev, who's a member of the Russian Gas Society Council. Now, what are the implications of this for the future of European industry? Well, in Europe, there's already talk of a coming blow to the European industry, which is still not recovered from the energy crisis of 2-3 years ago. Energy enterprises in a number of energy-intensive sectors have closed due to rising fuel and electricity prices. I mean, a new round of problems promises an economic crisis and a progressive deindustrialization of countries, particularly Germany. I mean, industrialists in the EU's largest economy of Germany have already started begging that they need Russian pipeline gas again. Christoph Gunther, who's head of Germany's largest chemical company at Looming, emphasised the need for to expand energy supplies to bring down prices. Notice a consistent decline in the number of employees since 2024 and a decline in production capacity utilisation to 70 to 80%. He's acknowledged that this trend cannot be reversed in the short term and emphasised the need for immediate assistance to prevent further irreparable damage to the industries of Europe. So the folly of ending cheap Russian energy becomes so apparent again, and the folly of the EU's energy policies. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and if you want to help me out, please click on the thanks button at the bottom of the screen, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.